What's up, guys? Welcome back to FishOfHex. My name is Travis. Today I'm going to show you the DIY lighting setup I have for this XR15 sitting over the new coral grow out. Talk a little bit about what I have in there so far and my thought process behind growing out. Also going to give you a quick rundown on the RODI, some changes that I made and kind of how it all worked out. Some of you guys were saying that you didn't see it in the previous video. So let's go to talk about this hanging of the XR15. As I mentioned in a previous video, either the one before or the one before that, I don't know. I'll get my videos confused. I was talking about the whole concept of hanging it this time is based off of what I do at frag swaps when I want to use XR15s, basically attaching them to a 1-inch PVC and hanging over the tank. So this is kind of based off that concept. Now I will put pictures up so you guys get a better idea and try to get around this blue. But as you can see, the XR15 is kind of held up on one of these I guess they're pole racks or clothes racks, whatever you use. And then this dowel is a 1¼ inch dowel that I picked up from Home Depot. And of course I used the heavy duty brackets here. So the dowel itself came out to like right here, so I pretty much just had to cut it down a little bit to make it fit. And they are attached using the Aquatic Life or attachment here on the top. They use the standard screws with, and then some pipe holders that I picked up, or pipe attachment brackets, whatever, picked up from Home Depot. So the entire cost of hanging this thing up was probably only about $15. So that's pretty cool. I can fit both of the lights. I can remove it whenever I need to, and I don't have to worry about it bowing or anything like that if I was to use PVC. So it works out really well. Again, there's gonna be pictures up to give you guys an idea, just in case you are building a setup. A lot of you said that, hey, this is kind of the stand setup I want to use for my new build. Yeah, it works out great. It's very stable with these center braces here. No warping with the extra plywood, all that good stuff. It's just a really strong stand. And yeah, so let me give you guys a look at what I have in here so far. Now these discs, I'm calling them acro discs. Now you guys know that I sell acro plugs, which was a just so you guys know, I don't actually make these. I developed the idea, and then I pushed them out to a local guy who makes them, because this is what he does, and then he drop ships them for me. So these acro discs are going to be coming to the website here soon. They're basically a 3-inch disc with a nice hole in them, which allows you to put a piece of acro in, and it will grow and kind of have its own space, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But when it comes to the acro plugs, yes, that was an idea that I developed based off of, there's so many different acro plugs, so it's not something that I originally came up with. I would never claim to be the person that originally come up with it, but it is my version that I sell on the website, which is drop shipped for me. So great plugs and great disc here, and again, these discs will be on the website hopefully soon. Now, when it comes to the idea of this grow out, as you can see, there's rows of these discs, and what's really cool is I could fit 105 of these discs in one of these tanks, which means that's 105 different colonies of acros that I can grow. And what's good is that it gives you 3 inches for the colony to grow, you know, get bushy, get big, and I can cut off of that to keep it within its own little section, so the colonies can stay relatively small in their own area, and I can frag off around them and just continue to make frags to sell on the website. So once they're cut, they will come over here and they will go into the frag healing section, or I guess lowboy if you want to call it that, and then they will heal and then be ready to go, and then I'll take pictures of them, and then we'll put them in the WYSIWYG. And as you can see, there's not much WYSIWYG on there. I just haven't, honestly, I just haven't had a ton of time to get in there and make any, but it will happen soon. And then of course this tank, I removed a lot of the coral off the bottom of it, and this will just be an additional display for growing out. It's not really anything too fancy, but I do like it, and coral is definitely growing. So yeah, definitely happy with this setup, and one XR15 so far can handle all these acros. I'm getting about 350 par at these right now, which is perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And then of course adding another one will continue the other side, and so on and so on. So 4 total. Unfortunately, I have 8 XR15s already over the 300. And you guys know that I have T5s and all that stuff as well. Now I am using the WXM, so I think there's 11 or 12 spaces on the WXM. I'm pretty sure there's only 11, so that's 8 there. And then of course I have 9, 10, 11, 12, so I'll have to get another WXM before I finish this setup to be able to keep it wireless. But it's on the exact same, there we go, sorry about that. Definitely not wanting it to be fuzzy. Let me try to fix this. Oh yeah, let's just not work today. Okay, there we go. And so I am keeping this light on the exact same schedule, intensity, and programming as the 300. So This Spectrum works great. It's the AB Plus, or my version of it. You guys can see it in the videos that I've made about the 300 when it came to lighting. It's in that playlist. So this is the Spectrum that I use and I grow coral with, and it just works out really, really well. So pretty excited about this system. I did separate the fish. Now there are 2 tangs over here and 2 over here, so that's pretty much the only stocking that I'm going to have in this tank. They're really skittish. They like to sleep underneath the overflow, but I do catch them out, mess them with the frags and stuff, so they're going to be good to go with that. So let's briefly, while I have time left, let's move over to the mixing station. So as you can see, I moved everything over to this corner where the quarantine setup was. I got rid of that because I just don't use it. I'm not getting fish for the 300. I don't plan on getting any more. A lot of you guys are saying get more fish, the nutrients will be higher. Right now the fish are so dominant and they're so in their own ways in the 300. It's not really an option for me to get more tangs and stuff like that because they're super aggressive, especially with those chromis. They're pretty aggressive fish. So I decided to just get rid of the quarantine and move this whole setup here. You guys remember the wheel here used to be against the wall. I'm just spinning you guys around, and I moved it over there, attached it to the front, and then you guys can see I just did this real quick. I took the RO tubing I picked up and I just ran it all the way over, down and behind and into the tank. It's nothing special. I'll probably move it later if the condensation or anything becomes a problem, but right now it works out just fine. Of course I have my PM2, which is only there to use the breakout box, which allows me to turn everything on and off. Maybe. There we go. It just kicked on as soon as I turned it off. There we go. So it allows me to kick everything on. Plus that runs a cord all the way over to my collection bin for my Nio skimmer, which also triggers to turn off the skimmer if it gets too full. So this is pretty cool. It allows me to keep everything compact. I don't have to worry about it moving around. It's pretty stable. And then I added this little piece of plastic because there is a small drip. It's nothing crazy, but it is enough to annoy me getting on the floor. So I just added this piece of plastic and it just drips into the bucket. So yeah, that's the RODI mixing station. Very nice, very easy, and I just like it. It's out of the way, but yet I can still access the tanks without a problem. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Try to keep the video as short as possible. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. What is it, Friday? I think it's Friday. Yeah, I probably won't post any more content this week. I don't think so. If something comes up, I probably will. We'll see. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend, and I will see you Monday. All right, peace.